Okay, guys, we're starting with lesson 59 today, and lesson 59 is on adding mixed numbers. Now, this is not just adding fractions, and this isn't just adding whole numbers. This is adding mixed numbers. Okay, now, what is a mixed number? I hope y'all remember it is a whole number plus a fraction. Okay, that is a mixed number. So we're going to learn, if you do not know already, this may be a review for some, but what we're going to do is learn how to add them. Okay, so remember on Tuesday we went over 3 steps, and I'm just going to review those with you real quick. Okay, step 1 was to, when you're adding or subtracting fractions, the first step is to write the fractions with like denominators. So I'm going to write that out, and you write that as well. Write the fractions with like or common denominators. Okay, and we're going to go step by step on this. All right, so that is the very first step. So if the fractions that you are adding or subtracting are different, then the first step is for you to make it where the denominators are the same. All right, so step number 2 is to then perform the problem or operate it, whatever. Okay, I'm going to write those 2 down. And then step 3 is to then simplify, which means reduce. Bring it to its lowest fraction. All right, so I'm going to leave those up there, and we're going to try to work a problem right here. All right, so the first one says to add 2 1/2 plus 1 1/6. Okay, so following our steps, our very first step is to make our denominators like or common denominators. So as you can see, 2 and 6 are not common. They are not the same. They are not like. Okay, so I'm going to set this up vertically so that I can see it better and do it mathematically. Okay, so I want to change these denominators to be the same. Okay, and we talked about this in class. We need to find a number that is the least common multiple of both of those. And so both of those will work with 6. So we're going to go with 6. All right? That's the lowest one that both of them will work with. So I want to change 1/2 to something with a 6 on as the denominator, and I want to change 1/6 as well. Okay, now the 1/6 needs no change because you multiply 6 times 1 to get that. So what you do to the bottom, you do to the top. So we get 1/6 as well. But on this one, it will change. 2 then has to change to 6. And how does that happen? By multiplying by 3. So what we do to the bottom, we have to do the top fraction, the numerator. And then we get 1 times 3 is 3. All right? So this 1/2 changed to 3/6. And this 1/6 didn't really change. I just brought it over. All right? Now, I'm going to erase this 1/2 and all the stuff that I just did. Okay, I'm going to move my 2 over and my 1. Okay, so that's my new problem. All right, so I wrote the fractions with like denominators. All right, now my next step is to perform it, to operate it. All right, so because this says plus, you know that we only add the numerators. So 3 plus 1 is 4, and the 6 comes down. And then 2 plus 1 is 3. All right. We have performed it or operated it. Now, are we done? No, because we have to simplify it. Okay? So my answer, 3 and 4/6. Okay? The 4/6 is a fraction that can simplify. And how do I simplify it? I reduce it. What number will go into both 4 and 6 to reduce it? 2 will. So I'm going to divide by 2. And I get 2/3. Will 2/3 reduce anymore? No. So my final answer is 3 and 2/3. All right, guys, that's the first one. All right, let's try one more. All right, let's do this one together. We have 1 1/2 plus 2 and 2/3. All right, just like a while ago, we need to write the fractions with like denominators. So I'm going to take this and put it vertically like I did the other one. Okay, now I want 2 and 3 to be the same denominator. So what number can I use that both 3 and 2 will go into? Okay, I'm going to use 6 because I can't use 3 because 3 is not a multiple of 2. So we are going to choose 6. That's the lowest common multiple that we can use. All right. Now, will 3 go into 6? Yes. Okay, so we have to multiply it by 2. 3 times 2 is 6. All right, and what we do at the bottom, we have to do the top, so that's 4. All right, now let's move up here to this fraction. We're going to change 1/2 to 6 being the denominator. How do we do that? 2 times what equals 6? 2 times 3 does. What we do to the bottom of this fraction, we have to do to the top. Okay, so then we get 1 times 3 is 3. Now, like I did a while ago, I'm going to erase this middle part. Okay, that's all the work that we just did. I'm going to go in and move this over. Okay, and that's my new problem. So I've got 1 and 3, 6, plus 2 and 4, 6. All right, now let's add 4 plus 3, 7. Bring my 6 down because it stays the same. And the 2 plus 1 is 3. So now I've got 3 and 7, 6. But what is my problem here? Okay, as you can see, if this was 3 and 6 sevenths, it would be done. We could not even simplify or make smaller, reduce 6 sevenths. Okay, so it would be complete. But because the 7 is on top, what is that called? Do you remember? It's called an improper fraction. Okay, you cannot have an improper fraction. Okay, so we've got 3 and 7, 6. This 7, 6 needs to change into a mixed number. Okay, now how do I do that? Does anybody remember? I take 7 and divide it by 6. Okay, so 7 divided by 6. Now, 6 will go into 7 one time, and I end up getting 1 left over. I move it up to the top and the 6 over like we always do. So 7, 6 then changes to 1 and 1/6. Okay, but I still have this whole number 3. So what I am supposed to do is take my whole number 3 plus 7, 6 changed into a mixed number. Then I get this. So now I have to take my 3 plus my 1 and 1/6. So 3 plus 1 and 1/6 is 4 and 1/6. And that is my final answer. I have brought the denominators and made them alike. I performed it, and then I simplified it, and then added it to this 3. Okay, so the answer is 4 and 1/6. That is lesson 59. I hope you understand. If not, I'll help you when we get to class.